Crafty with Friends Podcast.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's Jackson Brayman. Crash with Friends Podcast, episode 81. To my right, we got Kyle Hobbs.
What's up?
We got Jeff Law in the middle.
Yo, yo.
Over there, we got Connor Hobbs.
What's up? What's up?
Okay.
And introducing Jackson the Cut Brayman.
Jackson cut Brayman. Yeah, I did cut my hair.
Looking fresh.
Let's tell us about it, bro. Let's get it started.
Well, first of all, Trina at Great Clips in the Yo Show, she hooked it up. And, yeah, she cut my hair pretty dope, dude. I'm satisfied with it. Got like a little extra in the back, you know? Kind of got like a Dominic Mysterio thing going on, but...
Dashing.
Yeah.
Jackson dashing.
I'm getting like Sonic the Hedgehog vibes.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to
In
go
a good
fast.
way. In a good way.
Yeah. Kyle was saying, like, do you feel more aerodynamic whenever I walked in here? I was like, yeah, man. It's like, watch out for me on a slope.
he answered the door, and I was like, am I at the right place? Who is this guy?
But, yeah. Let's just go ahead and get into it. All right. Connor, how's your week been?
Been pretty good. Yeah. Had a weird experience at the golf course the other day with this homeless guy. So I don't really want to get into it.
Disc golf course?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just
I
like,
don't see you playing golf, but
yeah, not real golf, not ball golf, disc golf. I was just like putting, practicing before Kyle showed up, and this dude, man, he's walking by with like a little suitcase. He's got like a tarp in there and some clothes or something. And he looks at me, and I look over at him, and I'm like, shit, because like I knew when I looked at him he was gonna start talking to me, and like of course he's like, hey, I'm like, I looked over, he's like, what? It's like, disc golf, right? I'm like, yeah, playing disc golf. That's what I'm doing. He starts closing the distance, kept asking me questions, dude. I have to back off of him.
he big gulped you, man.
Yeah, it was really
He was
weird.
just like, big gulps, huh? But he kept going. He just
Yeah.
kept going.
Dude started off like 20 feet away, got in with about, I don't know, 2 feet of me.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm like, all right, I'm backing off of this dude.
He's in the bubble.
Yeah. And he started saying stuff about how he's like, I'm Ranger Rick on TikTok. And I'm like, dude, I don't know nothing about that, man. I'm not on social media. I'm sorry, dude. And he's like, you got to meet me. I'm like, what'd you just say? Like, did you just say I have to meet you? He's like, no, man, you just met me. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I just met you. You say I got to meet you? I was like, after that, I was like, I'm backing off this dude. But yeah, I walked over to hole one until he walked away, then went back and started putting some more. But yeah, that was weird.
Ranger Rick?
Yeah,
That's what he said his name was?
that's what he said his name was on TikTok. But I was like, dude, I don't know nothing about that, dude.
That's awesome.
But yeah, God, I did. Oh yeah, another weird thing that happened to me. We had my dad's birthday party Sunday, and that was really fun. A little barbecue, and I had a double cheeseburger that I made. That was really good. But yeah,
Sounds good.
everything went off without a hitch. I get home, start watching the first Star Wars movie. The real first movie,
All right. A New Hope?
A New Hope, yeah.
Okay.
And I get like maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes into it. I started getting this knocking at the door, and then it was a pounding at the door. I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? So I go to the door. The police are at my door, and they're like, hey, we received reports from people down the street that there's a black Ford Fusion that was driving with people in it, bumping music, going really fast down the street and stuff. And they said they pulled into my driveway, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I haven't seen anything. I just got back from my parents' house, or from my brother's house, and they're like, where's your brother live? I'm like, over on like, and like whatever, you know. And it just turned into like a little thing where I'm like, dude, I don't know nothing about a black Ford Fusion. I don't know if they were here, I didn't see them, you know, like
Like they were grilling you a little bit? Or
a little bit. It's just like, I don't know anything about that. And they're like, does anybody live at this house? I'm like, yeah, nobody lives at that house. And like, do you know who owns the semi down over here? I'm like, I think it's one of these people in one of these houses, but I don't know. I don't know anybody that owns a semi. Like I know someone over there owns it, but I don't know who owns it. Like
Somebody owns it, man.
yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, man. Yeah, eventually they backed off me, and I just went back inside. I was like, dude, that was fucking weird, dude. I was just like freaking out.
It's so weird to talk to the cops, especially when they just pop up on you like that.
Yeah,
You're not expecting
at my
it, you
house,
know?
I'm just like, I'm not doing nothing. You know, it's like I didn't want to talk to the cops right now.
Right. It's like when they pull you over, you get that,
It's like
20-second thing where you're like, all right, cherries, breathe, get ready to talk to police. Mm-hmm. But when they're just at the front door, that's scary, man.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to not open the door, which is my right.
Right?
And I'm like, I've got nothing to hide, so I'm like, I'll just answer the door. You know.
Make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, if I was suspicious that they might be like trying to do something to me, I might have not opened the door. You know, if I'm like, if they had guns out,
Yeah.
I'd have been like, guys, back off! Like, please don't do this.
Got the wrong guy.
But yeah, they didn't seem hostile, so I went ahead and dealt with it. But
That's good.
I watched a few movies. I watched The Thing from 2011, which I guess is a prequel. Did you guys ever watch that one?
Did you say The Thing?
The Thing?
The 2011 one?
Uh-huh.
I watched that one too, and
Didn't like it?
not good. If you compare it to the original one,
Right.
it's not good at all.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And the CGI effects don't hold up.
Yeah, I agree. I still had fun with it, though. I give it like a 6. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was good. You know, I wouldn't say it was great or amazing or anything like that, but
It's watchable.
yeah, it was on Netflix. So I did that while playing some Destiny and like looking over and seeing all the people like turning into the thing and stuff like that. I had fun. I just had fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not going to blow you away by any means. But yeah, I had fun watching that.
You ever see the original one?
Yes.
Okay.
I do love that movie. Yeah.
Original's badass, dude.
Very cool.
So good.
But yeah, then the other thing, I watched the Black Adam movie.
How was that?
It was it was funny for like the wrong reasons, you know. It's like Dwayne, he just wasn't very good in the movie. It was really kind of like corny and cheesy. There's like a little like family that kind of he interacts with throughout the movie, and everything that this little boy says, it's like the most cheesy superhero little boy thing to say.
Right.
So you got to watch it just to like have fun with it. But the whole like Justice Society stuff with Hawkman and the new like Tornado Girl,
Yeah.
who's like I think like a Red Tornado replacement.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Dr. Fate. I thought all that was cool. At the very end, the main villain turns into like a cool, like crazy villain dude. Like, I guess Shazam has like the 7 wizards that turn him into like the Shazam dude.
Yeah.
There's like a evil version that has like 7 demons that turns this dude into like a demon crazy dude that they end up needing Black Adam to fight. So all that stuff's actually pretty cool. But like the dialogue and a lot of the stuff in the movie is kind of like, nah, not that good. So I give it like a 4.
So it's kind of like the new Godzilla movies. All the fight scenes are where it's at, but everything in between those fight scenes is awful.
Exactly.
Okay.
I 100% agree. Yeah. I give it a 4. It's worth a watch one time just to say like, oh, I watched Black Adam and it was funny, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it's not going to blow anyone away ever.
I think I think you're right.
Maybe a child. I don't know. But I don't know. But yeah, that was about it.
I couldn't get behind The Rock's acting in that, man. It was like he tried to overact too much and act almost
Too cool for school.
too cool and too tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, just chill, dude. You're The Rock. You got it, man. You know?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
A little too stoic when he didn't need to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you nailed it with the little kid, too, because everything he said looked like it was read off of a comic book page. It wasn't even said properly. I just feel like, you know?
Right.
Yeah, he could have used different tone, I think. Yeah.
Damn.
Have you not seen it?
No.
It's on
You
HBO
did?
Max.
I've not watched Black Adam yet. No.
I think it's worth watching. Just
Yeah,
because
it's worth watching
just
once.
because it's a comic book superhero movie. you
Yeah.
know? And
It's-
anything like that I can get behind.
It's like a major DC movie, so yeah.
See, I'm willing to try out anything that's comic book superhero movie, but it's gotten to that point where there's so many of them
Yeah.
coming out now. It's just it's
hard
hard
to
to
keep
stay
up
up on
with.
top of them,
Yeah.
especially when there's other stuff you want to be watching too.
Right.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I still need to watch She-Hulk and like several other shows. The Black Widow. No, what was the other show? No,
Miss
never-
The new
Marvel-
Black Panther?
You didn't watch Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I
you
didn't watch Miss Marvel.
You didn't watch the new Black Panther.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Did you watch? You didn't watch Falcon Winter Soldier.
I watched Falcon Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was pretty good for
thought that was
being a
pretty good.
series.
I thought it was pretty good.
A Marvel series. I thought it was really
Loki
good.
was dope. Loved Loki.
Loki was awesome, man. Yeah. I
I
love
still
all
think-
the Marvel stuff, man. I've seen everything Marvel. But I've been kind of disappointed over the past year. I really have.
Yeah.
It sucks to say, but I have been.
Yeah.
She-Hulk broke my heart.
I feel
You
like
didn't like She-Hulk?
I didn't like She-Hulk, no.
Man, yeah, I'm the only one on the podcast that really liked it. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was good. It didn't blow me away. A
was
lot of
what-
not being blown away today.
The CGI was just so bad.
It was weird. Yeah, I expected so much better.
It's so
Like,
weird.
what are you doing, Marvel? Come on.
Like I told Kyle at the time, I wish he would have turned into a comic book like cartoon character instead of the
would've been so
CGI that we
cool.
got.
Right.
You know.
I did think that, and I'm spoiling here for those of you who haven't seen it yet, but I thought it was really cool, the Kevin Feige at the end. That was a really cool idea.
That
the
was
way
really
they did
weird,
that.
yeah.
'Cause
Spoilers.
It's like how I picture him as making those decisions that are all like robotic, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, man, good call.
Yeah.
She, like, climbs out of the logo. I was like, damn. All right.
So, do you know what we're talking about at all? Okay, you want us to ruin it?
It's a fun thing.
if it's She-Hulk, yeah, go ahead. Because I'm like,
So
I'm not gun ho to watch it.
Yeah.
at the very end, she like breaks the fourth wall, and then actually completely breaks out of her comic book, out of the paneling, and then like goes to Disney, and goes to
Marvel
Studios, and then finds Kevin Feige, but he's like a robot, like on a
AI.
It's like almost like on a
Gyroscope
puppet on a
kind of thing?
like on a string, like I don't, like a robot, like on a pole or something. But he's like moving around, and he's
Almost like something out of like Portal or
reboot,
Yeah.
kind of.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he still has the hat, though. That cracked me up, man.
Yeah.
The black Kevin Feige hat.
Yeah.
It like if anything, watch that last episode. It's weird. It's the weirdest episode of that whole show. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got some good Daredevil stuff in it too. Yeah.
See, I
Yes.
thought that was sick, dude. I'm such a Daredevil fan, man. And to see him come out, and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
he's
Mm-hmm.
smashing She-Hulk. Oh, man.
I'm really looking forward to that new Daredevil season, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I hope Disney Plus keeps it.
He doesn't need to see, man. He can feel.
He's got it.
I really hope Disney Plus keeps it dark and gritty, and they don't try to, I don't know, soften it in any way.
That's the way. That's the only way they can do it to make it good, is to keep it true to the comic books, for sure. Yeah.
I think Punisher's coming back too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said John Bernthal's going to be back in.
Yep. And I'm super stoked about him, and I'm super stoked. I can't ever remember the actor's name that played Daredevil, but I'm really glad that they're bringing those two
John
back to be in the
Bernthal?
MCU.
Is his name Matt
I
something?
thought it was John
It's-
Bernthal or something like
That's
that.
the Punisher, but I can't remember the Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that's Daredevil's real name is Matt Murdock.
Talking about
I'm an
Charlie
idiot.
Cox
Yeah,
as
Charlie
Daredevil?
Cox.
Yeah, there you go.
Matt Murdock. Yeah.
Matt, yeah.
Because that Netflix series, both the Punisher and the Daredevil series, man, those are so freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'll go back and watch them still to this day, you know, and they've been out, 5 years now, easy? So, yeah, super cool.
I also liked Iron Fist too. Not Iron Fist. No. What was the other one coming with the?
There's Luke Cage,
Luke
season
Cage.
1. That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
really
just
enjoyed
liked-
the bad guy in Luke Cage, too.
I just liked how he was always getting coffee with chicks. You know.
Jessica Jones was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. that
I
was-
think the only one of those I haven't seen all the way through is the Defenders. Like
Not good.
Where they did, I got like 3 episodes in, and I was just like, okay, I can't watch anymore. I've lost interest. So there's
Yeah.
got to be some reason why I lost interest there. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with it being Marvel. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's so bad.
yeah. Man, what's the other one though? It's was it Iron Fist,
Yeah, Iron Fist. Yeah.
where he's like a kung fu kind of guy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's like the one that's like universally not liked
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
that Marvel Netflix series.
Man, I wish I had that punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. One of these days, I'll go to Tokyo and get trained by monks or something. I don't know where that guy went, but yeah.
Yeah. Danny Rand is a cool dude.
Yeah.
Billionaire philanthropist. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever that word.
Billionaire, Playboy, philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
In the comic
Philanthropist.
book, he's such a cool character, but gosh dang, they ruined him in the show.
Yeah.
He's
Too dorky.
such a whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, how's your week going, man?
So far, so good, man. Very, very busy. Started out the week Sunday with. So I work for the city of Carl Junction as the public works department. So I had to wake up real early and go to work for a few hours. And then we've always got a cross training session in Carthage for boxing and stuff. And we train for like 3 hours, and all that is where everybody gets together and spars. It's like our 1 day a week to actually get some live sparring in and stuff. So I had to go. I've got another company where I do like landscaping and lawn work, but after the storm over the weekend, I had a customer's tree fall on our fence. So I had to go cut up this giant tree and then load it onto my trailer, haul it off, and then fix her fence. And I had all that in 1 day. So it's super exhausting. And I've been sore from that since. So my week's just kind of been a recovery week so far. You know?
Doesn't really sound like it. Sounds like you've been busy as fuck.
Well, just because I'm recovering doesn't mean that life stops. I still got to keep going, you know.
Your recovery week
gotta work.
Your recovery week's way more interesting than just my normal week, which like played video games and
Man, and
pretty much what I did.
I listen to you guys and talking about video games. I'm like, dude, I would kill to get like 4 or 5 hours to just sit down and game and not do anything. But when I sit down and do nothing, I can't say gaming is nothing because it's awesome, but I start feeling guilty.
Right.
Like if I sit down for 3 hours, my opponent's somewhere in Oklahoma right now, and he's not doing that. Like he's training to kill me right now, so I gotta get back to it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
That's basically been it. You know, go to work, get off work, hang out with the family for a couple hours, either go out to the garage and train or meet with my coaches and train. Spent quite a bit of time in the chiropractor's office this week, you know, get some adjustments and all that good
Need
stuff.
it.
So much needed. My chiropractor is the man. He's one of my sponsors, Dr. Greg at the Pain Relief Center at Joplin. Man, this guy is, I mean, constantly putting me back into place. I mean, because it never fails. I'm always getting hurt. So, yeah, he's awesome. But no, today's kind of like my last day off from training. And then from tomorrow until the end of the month, it's 7 days a week, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours a day, whatever it's got to be to go smoke this dude.
What
You got a fight coming at the end of the month, right?
I do, April 29th, yeah. It's my first professional boxing match. So
Dude.
boxing, it's a little bit of a different ballgame than what
You
I'm
don't know
What
what
weight
it sucks?
what weight are you fighting at?
I'm fighting at 180. So I've taken basically 2.5 years off. When I was in MMA, I fought at 155. So these past 2.5 years, I always made the joke to all my buddies, when I quit fighting, I'm going to get fat. And man, I did. I didn't step in a gym for 2 years. So coming back to it, I've spent 4 months getting back into shape, and I finally feel like I'm there. But it sucks because I get this message. It's so weird, from my opponent 2 days ago. I don't like talking to my opponents before fights. Like I'm a professional. We've got a job to do. You don't talk to me until we're looking each other in the eyes at weigh-ins. You know what I mean? Then you say whatever you want, because in 24 hours we're getting in the ring and I'm going to beat your ass. And then at that point, all talking's off, right? But this dude messages me and he says, "Hey, enemy, just joking. How would you feel about fighting at 195? And I never responded to him. So he messaged me back and said, he's got a fight scheduled again for May 20th at heavyweight. So to me, that says two things. Like, number one, you're huge. You know what I mean? And if you make 180 pounds, by the time you rehydrate and refuel, by the time we fight, he's going to be back up to 200 pounds. You know what I mean? And I've got a fight scheduled for May 20th as well at 170 pounds. So I'm trying to go down and this dude's trying to go up. So I was like, not a chance, dude. Not a chance in hell. Like, we both signed contracts for 180 pounds. Make it or don't, whatever. I'll still fight you. But if I'm out there getting punched in the head by a 200 plus pound man on fight night, that's going to suck. So I can't let this guy touch me. I got to be fast. I got to finish him quick.
And if he doesn't make weight, that's against him. That's nothing. Like, you don't, like, even if you fight him, it doesn't really look, you don't really look bad if you lose, right?
Well, it's like if I fight him and he's heavier and let's say he beats me,
that loss
then it's
probably
like-
won't count.
Well, it counts, but it's like in my eyes anyway. I don't know how other people look at it. And to be honest with you, I don't care. But in my eyes, it's like, okay, he beat me, but he was 20 pounds heavier. So it's almost like an excuse that he beat me, almost, right?
Right.
But if I beat him, now I just beat this giant. You know,
David has won.
yeah. That's a big like boost in confidence, I guess. But I mean, I've studied this dude. I've seen every one of his fights. I've got 2 friends that have fought him. One of those friends has fought him twice. I don't see him beating me, but it's a fight. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? I just got to be on my toes. So I'm going to go in there just like I have with any other opponent and pretend like he wants to kill me. And that's how I got to fight him, you know?
Do you feel like this, like boxing is more your style compared to MMA? Do you feel like you'll be more like successful in some ways, you know?
I do. I do and I don't. In MMA, it's like it's almost a real fight, and I say almost because there's still some rules and stuff. But,
Right. You can use your whole body.
Yeah, you get to use all the tools instead of just 2 of them. I kind of wish it was a kickboxing match because I really like kicking people in the face, and I like the defensive aspect of kickboxing a lot more than I like the defensive aspect of boxing. There's a lot more to it, and as far as footwork, I like it. So
Right.
goes, you know. But I feel like I'll be a better boxer than I ever was mixed martial artist, and that's just because my strong suit's always been my hands.
Right. You've always had the power, man.
Right.
Sure
Yeah.
shot, dog.
That's it, man.
It's a different game.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a different game. And I've noticed too, because any combat sports training I've ever done in the past has always been specifically geared toward MMA, right? And I've noticed now that since I'm transitioning over to boxing, I'm making so many mistakes when it comes to boxing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that weren't necessarily mistakes in MMA. You know what I mean? Like in MMA, you can hold your hands down a little bit lower to block more like body kicks, takedown, stuff like that. Whereas in boxing, you got to be hands high, you know? Cardio to me it's the same kind of cardio as MMA in boxing. So, I'm fighting, my fight's scheduled for 3 rounds, but I'm training for 12 because that's my goal, is to be a 12-round fighter. You know what I mean? So, there's just not enough work that can be done. I just have to train my ass off, you know? So I have to fight this guy like he wants to kill me. And my son's going to be in the crowd this time, which is the first time he's ever seen me fight.
Nice.
So my son cannot watch me get beat up. It can't happen. Not at all. Yeah. But yeah, that's what my week's been
Nice.
so far, is work and training and work and training. So kind of bummed because when it comes to training camps and stuff like that, it takes so much time away from my family, and that kills me. Not getting to put my boys to bed every night, you know, and not getting to climb in bed with the wife every night and watch a movie together or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're so cool and so supportive, and I feel selfish a lot of times because I take that time away from them to do what I want to do, and it is selfish, but they understand that it's a selfish sport, and I've got to do what I've got to do because I made a commitment, you know. So.
And you got a limited time to do it in your life. You got to do it while you can, you know?
Yeah, I'm 35 years old, man. Like I've had a lot of people tell me, dude, like, you're kind of stupid for doing this at 35, especially with the way you've lived your life. You know, like, I've done some dumb shit. I've punished my body a lot, you know?
Right.
We'll see how it goes. April 29th.
That's a long way away, man.
It is. It's still a few weeks out. And at the end of the day, all it is a fight, you know? And
You know, if there's
had
going
a
to be
couple of them now, so it's fun.
Is there going to be a way to watch this online? Because I would love to actually go there to watch it.
Yeah.
But all 3 of us will be in Chicago on that date.
Right on. I was going to ask you guys where you're going to be.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good question. If this one will be streamed.
I hope so. That was one of my questions for you, man. I want to watch it so bad.
I will.
All 3 of us were collectively bummed because, like, we found out that, like, your fight was going to be the day we were going to be in the Chicago. And we're just
Right.
like, shit, dude.
Oh, it's all
Yeah, it
good.
sucks, man. But
I talking to a good friend of mine the other day. He's getting ready to graduate college for like multimedia something. I don't know exactly what his degree is going to be for, but he's going to follow me around with his camera and production equipment on the day of weigh-ins, which is the 28th, and then all day of the fight. So he's going to put together a pretty cool little edit. So either way,
Nice.
you guys will get to see it. I will ask my wife to go live for the fight, though. That way, if you guys are on Facebook or
Yes,
Instagram,
yes,
That'd be
yes,
sweet.
yes.
somebody will have it live. I would imagine. I haven't been in a fight. I haven't fought for any promotions that haven't done something live since live was a thing. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I remember-
you kind of have to in 2020.
Yeah, if you're putting on fights, people want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
People will pay.
Yeah, for sure.
There's junkies out there that want anything, dude.
Yes.
Anything.
Yeah.
If I can make a recommendation to you guys, do you know what the Dazen app is?
Yeah, they do like all the Canelo fights and stuff like that, and they also did the fight inside Creed 3.
Yeah, yeah. There's Dazen and then there's Fight TV. Those two apps. I'm not 100% sure if they'll be on there, but I would bet that this fight will be on one of those two apps. So,
Yeah. I'm familiar with Fight TV. So.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I like Fight TV a lot. They did me well.
That's where I had to go to watch like the early days of AEW
Yes.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I'm a fucking nerd, man. I love wrestling still. So.
Hey, no, did you hear that the UFC just bought the WWE?
I saw that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I saw that,
wild.
and since that happened, Vince McMahon is now taking back charge of creative, which I'm fucking pissed about because Triple H has been fucking killing it for the past 9 months since Vince McMahon was forced to resign in disgrace. And yeah, he just muscled his way back into creative. The morale around the whole locker room is completely down. Already, it's turning to shit because WrestleMania was just last weekend, which I watched and I loved it. It was one of the best WrestleManias that we've had in forever. I'm not gonna, from a wrestling fan, I loved it. But the Raw after WrestleMania had Vince's hands all over it, and it was a shit show.
That
a
sucks.
complete shit show. If you're a fan of WWE, you're not in a good mood today.
Really?
No one is in a
Man.
good mood.
That sucks. I hate to hear any kind of combat sports, whether it be wrestling or anything, take a step back.
The only
That sucks.
the only people that are happy right now is Dana White, Vince McMahon, and that Ari motherfucker that runs. Yeah, they're the only three people happy right now.
Yeah, that's because they're all pockets are a little bit fatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just turned a 8 billion and an 11 billion company into a 21 billion company.
Right.
So
Yeah. I like wrestling.
Wrestling's all about entertainment too, you know. So it sucks that that part of it is going to be so low now.
When I first read the article that UFC bought them out or whatever, I was like, I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, this is.
I thought it was an
The
April
Uf-
Fool's joke that was
Yeah.
late. I'm like, who's writing this? You know?
nah.
I was like, whose idea was this? Where did it come from? And why? The hell
Right.
did it happen? You know what I mean? Because it seemed like both companies were doing fine anyway. I think it's because, well, I hope it is because, so the UFC can pay fighters more. I hope that's why. If they're going to make more money, hopefully some of these UFC guys can start getting a little bit of better paychecks. You know,
I think what it's going to do is I don't think it's going to do anything better for the UFC, and I think it's only going to make the WWE worse.
yeah. Are they going to put WWE on Fight Pass? Do you know? Because that could be
I
another
hope
reason
not.
that they did it
I hope not, because right now it's on Peacock for
free.
for like, well, yeah, I think like you get like later, like 1 month after they aired episodes of Raw and SmackDown and all that, but I don't even watch that. I just watch the premium live events now.
Right on.
But even then, it's $10 a month. You get a pay-per-view every single month. So that's a freaking good deal. And I
Yeah.
hope they don't go the UFC route where it's like, okay, $70, $80 for pay-per-view
Yeah.
now. Because then I'll be like, all right,
It's hard to afford to watch a fight anymore, man. It
I'll
sucks.
put on my Jack Sparrow hat again. Don't force me to go back there. I'll do it.
It's the pirate life for Jack.
Yep.
I'm already telling you, UFC. If you want
Listen
my
here,
money, you
Dana.
better come up with something like WWE Network or something where it's not fucking. I don't have to pay a whole day's worth of work just to watch it. You know.
Right.
Right.
It, like I said, at the end of the day, it's entertainment, and that's the same thing as the UFC. It's might be a little more less scripted in the UFC, I guess is the way to say it. But man, the WWE, WWF, when I was a kid, like that's what got me into it, man. Me and my brother would get done watching WrestleMania or whatever, and we'd start hitting each other with chairs. I mean, it never failed.
Yeah, I did the
Yeah.
same
It's
thing.
awesome.
Me and my little brother would go out on the trampoline and be like, "All right, time to practice our suplexes
Yep.
and stuff like that."
The DDT.
Physicality and moves.
Yeah.
Those are the two things.
Yep. Tell my little brother-
Physicality in anything, I love to see it.
Right.
That's why Physical 100, I just fell in love with that TV show on
Man,
Netflix.
I've got to watch that. I've heard
Yeah.
great things about Physical 100. I haven't seen it.
I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm looking forward to a second season when they decide to do it.
Was I saw something on, I think it was on Facebook maybe. Was Sexy Yama on there? He's a Korean mixed martial artist.
He probably was.
I can't remember his real name.
An older dude,
Yeah.
with the silver
hair?
yeah. Oh,
Got a
dude,
sweet goatee.
he was my favorite dude. Yeah, dude,
That's awesome, man.
my favorite guy in the whole show. Yeah,
Nice. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
have to
dude
check
was
it out.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remember all their names, man. But
he had such a aura about him. You know, I'm just like, dude, I would follow that guy anywhere.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
He's awesome, dude.
almost
He's a
everybody there
character.
felt the same way too. It was like, man, that guy.
yeah, like
He's got such a great body. They say that over and over. He's got an incredible body.
He fights for one championship, man, and he puts on such a good show, win or lose, man. Mm-hmm. And he's sexy. You got to give it to him.
he's a good looking Korean dude,
Yes, he
man.
is, man.
Like
Yeah.
shit, he should be on like a magazine. When
He
I
should be.
when he comes into that show, like he's got this like suit on and he's got these glasses. I'm like, dude, this guy looks like a millionaire. You know?
Legit. Yeah, man. I got to check that show out, man. I don't even know what the premise is behind it. I've seen it like on the Netflix home screen or whatever, and I don't know why I haven't watched it. I just haven't clicked on it. Man.
takes
It's
a
probably
second.
because I don't want to get into something new right now because I know I'm going to get sucked into it.
Yeah, it will suck you in
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good show. The first like 20 minutes, it's really introducing you to all the characters. So once you get past that and actually get into the meat of the show,
Right.
it's all about physical competition, mainly one-on-one. There is some team stuff,
Right.
but yeah, it's all about what the body can do and who can do it best. And
So is it like a game show kind of?
kind
or is
of,
it just like here's
it's-
what we do and how we do it kind of deal?
it's
It's
a
kinda like
competition.
Okay.
For sure, competition.
Yeah, it's kind of like Tough Man competition meets American Ninja Warrior a little bit.
Nice.
But I don't know. It also has like a little mix of American Gladiators in it.
Oh,
But-
I can get behind that anyway. Yeah, American Ninja Warrior and Gladiators. It's like these are a few of my favorite
Yeah.
things.
Like I won't give away the whole show, but like one of the rounds is like they do this one-on-one thing, and then they just put a ball in the middle of an arena, and it's like, all right, 4 minutes, or we'll put 5 minutes on the clock. Whoever has the ball at the end of 5 minutes is the winner.
No
And it's just
joke.
like, yeah, they just put them in the arena,
That's
and it's
crazy.
like, all right, wrestle it out.
All kinds of wrestling. There's two different stages you can choose from. One is like an athletic like jungle gym kind of area,
Like a
The oth-
playground.
like a playground.
Okay.
The other one's like a muddy sandy area with like a mud like water pit in the middle.
Dude.
So it's like you
Yeah.
can choose which one you want to fight in.
Which one sucks less? Man, that's awesome. Got to watch it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I've honestly, like, even though I know how the show goes, I've thought about rewatching it just because of how intense that show gets, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
really
gets
good.
pretty intense.
How many episodes is it?
Like 8 maybe.
It's not
like
that
a
many.
typical season on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
8 to 10, something like
Yeah.
that.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
They're like about an hour long.
Right on.
So yeah.
It's
All
like
right.
the same amount of length as that Beastmaster show that
Nice.
they made.
Yeah.
So-
that was pretty cool too. I watched a couple episodes of that.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that, but Physical 100 killed that show, dude.
Right. Nice.
I
'Cause
don't
you-
even think about Beastmaster anymore. I'm like, Physical 100 is where it's at.
like Jackson said, the voiceovers makes you laugh the entire time. So it's like it's
Okay.
like
It's
watching a
unintentionally
comedy.
funny.
Yeah, you're watching this physical competition that's so like intense, and you're like laughing the whole time because of what's being said.
Nice,
Like,
okay.
There's
it's
a lot
fun.
of just they keep repeating the same lines over and over, but they don't put any different influctuation on it. So, it'll be 5 or 6 people all saying the same thing, but you have like 2 dudes that are doing the voiceovers, so they're both just saying the same stuff, and it's 7 different people saying it, but it just sounds like 2 guys saying, "Get it, you're doing good, fantastic, outlast them, He's got a good body.
amazing body.
Amazing.
His body's amazing."
I'm gonna watch it tonight. All right. I'll have to check it out. That's awesome.
All right. Well,
What else about your week, Jackson? I think you barely touched on your week, right?
I haven't even got to my week.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
I went off on a tangent.
Yeah,
I
we've been on
apologize.
Jeff and
Okay, I thought WWE was this week though. I thought
yeah. I mean, we
Oh,
still,
was
I mean,
just the
I
news-
kind of hijacked it. What can I say?
was it just the news that this week? Was there not a new? There wasn't a new WWE this week, was there?
I mean that.
It was just the news, right?
Yeah, that's just stuff that I found out from yesterday
Okay.
stuff. And God, man, it sucks to know Vince McMahon is back in power, dude. I was really hoping that he would just fucking take the money and run, but nah, he's one of those dudes that fucking loves power.
Yeah.
So,
He's been around forever.
yep.
Man. One of these days he won't be around anymore, Jackson. You won't have to
Can't
worry
wait.
about it.
Can't wait.
That's a terrible thing to say, wasn't it? Oh well.
I don't think he's
It's the truth, though.
I don't think he's ever been a good writer or anything. The only thing he's responsible for is making WWE as big as it is now.
Yeah.
I don't think he's responsible for any of the good story writing that made me like WWE to begin with. I think he's lucked into all of that.
Yeah.
We'd stopped talking about it for a good while, but you came back down and we know how much you love it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll go ahead and get into my week. I've watched quite a few movies. I finally watched that Winnie Pooh Blood and Honey movie.
Oh man.
The biggest piece of shit I have ever watched in my life. Oh my God, dude. Like the opening of the movie, you think like, okay, this can't be that bad from what they talking, because it opens up with like one of those like illustrated like prologue
Okay.
or
Yeah.
prelude, what's the
Prologue.
yeah.
Interlude.
Interlude, yeah. It starts out with like an animated version of that where it's like, there once was a boy named Christopher Robin who befriended these humanoids, and it wasn't like they didn't look anything like the actual Winnie the Pooh drawings. They were just like humans, but they had like a pig head, bear head, and stuff like that.
I've seen some of the graphics. That creeps me out, man.
God, dude, there was nothing about this movie that was enjoyable. Nothing about it. It was just garbage from beginning to end, except for the small illustration at the beginning that makes you think like, well, this can't be that bad until you find out.
Yeah.
At one point, like, I think my most hated part of the movie is when Pooh is killing this one girl, and then just for no reason, just rips her shirt off before he kills her. And it's not even like a tasteful one, like in the Friday the 13th remake. A boob reveal in horror movies can sometimes, I don't know.
It could be tactful.
It could be effective. This one wasn't. This one was just like, this is fucking stupid.
Gone without that.
So if you want to watch a bad movie that's like so bad that it's just bad and never gonna be good, watch that. I got caught up on Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is so far really good.
Is it redeeming the second season so far? Do you feel?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, there's only one episode from the second season that I thought was kind of meh, and that was the Coach Beard episode, like the standalone episode about him. That was the only one I was kind of meh about, but
A lot of people thought that was like one of the best episodes of the season.
to each their own.
Yep.
Truth.
I know that you told me before that episode is a reference to something else, but I've never watched it, so it was like just over my head.
Right. Didn't get the reference. Yeah.
And watched the new episode of Succession. That was really good. After I watched Succession, because the guy that plays Logan, I forget his name all of a sudden. I always do. I watched Succession and I watched Jackass, so I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and combine those Johnny Knoxville and that guy and watch The Ringer.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And yeah, that movie doesn't hold up as well as I thought it did. It does not. But yeah, so far it's pretty much been my week. Been playing more Resident Evil 4, but I haven't beaten it yet, so I don't want to talk any more about that. Yeah, Kyle, how's your week going?
It was pretty good, man. Watch Creed 3 like I alluded to a second ago.
God, I needed to watch that.
Yeah, it was really good, man. Jonathan Majors played a better villain in that than he did in Ant-Man and Quantumania.
I can't wait to see
I
it.
can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and Quantumania is really good. Or he played a good role in that. I'm saying, but man, he was a pretty hardcore villain in Creed 3. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
Probably had a lot more screen time too, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I liked it a lot.
So in Creed 3, for some reason, man, and this is weird, I feel like I've seen that movie just based off the trailers that I've seen.
Okay.
Jonathan Majors plays Creed's buddy from when he was a boy back in the hood. Is that right?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie already, but I know I haven't.
A lot of the stuff that you see in the trailer, it pretty much does tell you the whole story. And I mean, they really shouldn't show you any of the last fight of the movie because, I mean, but you got to show something in the trailer.
Right.
But yeah, they pretty much do show you everything in the trailer, but there's so much little extra stuff. Yeah. I mean, this one, he has a daughter.
Bring the kids.
She's deaf. Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. I liked all three of them so far. I've liked all three of them. Like, they're all really good fighting movies.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the Creed movies.
This one, they do some really cool cinematography with the last fight. The way they shot it was really, really cool. The movement was really cool. Like when they do the punches, it looked really cool, and it just felt different than the last couple, and then the Rocky movies. It just felt different
because it was the first one without Sylvester Stallone, right?
Yeah, and this is the first one that Michael B. Jordan directed and wrote and everything. I think the first one was Ryan Coogler, the guy who made Black Panther, and then the second one I don't know who it was, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. That's pretty much all I've been doing besides watching Lakers nonstop. Season's almost done. Trying to get into the playoffs.
Streaking.
Streaking. That's really all my week's been.
Hogwarts.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy. It's fun. I've just mainly been doing a lot of side quest stuff, not really playing the main story. It's fun to play while I'm just watching sports. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into some topics. What do you guys think?
Go for it, bro.
Yeah.
Get in.
Okay, Connor, we'll start with you. You had a topic that I didn't really tell these guys about, but you already had a topic.
It's not really a fully formed idea, so don't blame me about it not making any sense. Say you could have like a magic bullet, that doesn't kill people. Okay, that's the one.
It does not kill people.
That's the one thing it doesn't do. It doesn't kill people. It's a magic bullet that will do something. What does it do? What is the scenario? Where do you go from there?
Oh, man.
Now, for mine, you could have it simple. You could have it,
What? Cupid's bullet? Cupid's bullet instead of an arrow?
No, like, say, you wanted to destroy, like, all the bras in a girl's dresser. You shoot this magic bullet, it gets the job done, that kind of scenario. What kind of
That's not gonna get taught.
Like,
Does
you
it prevent her from buying more bras?
no.
Dang it.
Or like
So you have a small window there. Then,
yeah,
you're trying to say.
it's very specific about what it can do. But, or like you could, shoot it and it gets you the sandwich you're thinking of, or like what?
Man.
Who are you going to be shooting though? To get the sandwich, you're just gonna be shooting it nowhere, and then you get a
Pow!
sandwich.
You're just out
Go
in
to
space.
Subway and shoot the. Man, that's a tough question, Connor.
You fire the bullet, and it hits whatever speaker Ted Cruz is talking out of. As soon as he's like, "Good morning," as we. I don't know. The first thing I thought of was like Cupid's bullet, instead of
That's
an
the
arrow.
first one that came to my brain. Was that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
instead of an
the
arrow,
easy
you just shoot someone with a magnum, and then they just look at you like,
Another one I was thinking of is like you just go by like a playground and just pop it off and then shoot down all the links on the chains for the swing set and how the kids just go flying.
Oh man, that's mean. I like it.
It's just a regular bullet, though.
But to get that shot off to where all the links go just like wow.
all right, I got one. I want that bullet in a gun, and then I just want to go to a PDGA tour And obviously, I wanted to be a silencer on it, But I just want to start shooting golf balls. At each drive, like 5 or 6 of the golfers are just going to get.
I would go with a truth bullet, I think.
Okay.
And I would go to try to find the dude that knows about if there's the real aliens on Earth or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'd try to find that guy and then shoot him right in his face. And he would have to tell me, and he would have to tell me what's really going on. Man,
oh yeah.
Because that drives me crazy.
Man, that would be that would be like a good thing to have. Like if you were to get involved in politics.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you get elected in office, you get shot with that bullet, and you're like, okay, whose pocket are you in? Like, what are you trying to push or whatever?
Right.
What's the agenda they're trying to push?
Truth, you crook.
Big oil.
Yeah. That's just a question I've always wanted answered. Give me the files, man. Give me the files, bro.
Show me the specimen.
Yes.
They're in the computer, Jeff.
Oh.
You could
I
just
can't use one of those.
Nope.
yeah, you could just find anyone in the military, just keep going up,
Yeah.
and it's
Shooting everybody in the face.
tell me the truth.
Face, yeah. Tell
Give me
me
your truth.
Because seriously, that's something I've always I'm an alien and UFO nerd, I guess.
Yeah.
I
I can
wanna
see
know.
doing what Connor said, just keep going to the guy that's higher up, and then eventually you get all the way to today's president, and they're just like, it's Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was It's always been Jimmy Carter from the beginning.
It's always been Jimmy.
Jimmy Carter since he's 17 years old. We picked him. We picked him as a nation.
He is an alien. Yeah.
He's the chosen one.
That would be my bullet. Truth bullet.
I can dig it.
Yeah. Too many lying bastards out there. Gotta get the truth.
That's the movie we need to be writing right now, too. We invent a truth bullet, and it just keeps going all the way up to the top.
Yes. A truth bullet when you got a magazine that holds 800 rounds and we're just going through everybody. Yeah.
We're mowing down Congress trying to get the truth.
My bullet would make I could be able to shoot it at skinny people that I want them to be fat, and fat people that I feel like should be skinny that could possibly be hot if they were skinny. Hey, you're a prick, but you're good looking. Boom, fat. Let's see how you are now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I
so,
think the
so
attitude changes a
basically
little bit,
you want a bullet that gives good looks to nice people, and then a bullet that gives ugly looks to
How
bad.
about
You want the Shallow Hal thing going.
how about
Yeah, the shallow hell thing. Yeah, that'll work.
a double barrel shotgun? One goes fat, one goes skinny, and you get to choose who you want to pop with what.
There you
You
go.
know?
Okay. I like it. Yeah. It's a good little swing.
So when you shoot the fat guy, when you shoot him, does the fat blow off of him? And then
Yes.
it's
Like
just
dust?
and then it's just the rest of it, perfect physique.
Is
at
it
that
is
point.
it flesh and blood, or is it just dust, or what flies off of them?
I like flesh and blood.
I like
That's
that too.
scary, dude.
And then the skinny person that you want to be fat, you shoot the fat at them out of the gun.
I don't know. I like the idea.
It's a fat cartridge.
Have
I like
some
the idea of
lard,
just a quick
skinny boy.
flash and then boom. You know? Cartoon
That's a
style.
good one, man. I wonder how many attitudes would change like that, I wonder how many fat people would get cocky and how many cocky people would be humbled.
There's an episode of Black Mirror that's kind of like that. Not fat style or anything, but basically everyone can rate you or whatever, and your rating is basically what you are in life. So if you have I think it's total out of 10 stars. If you have 9 and higher, then you get to just live in mansions.
Nice.
They just hand them to you. But if you're 1 and below, then it's okay, you're a truck driver and we don't give a shit about you, and everyone is going to treat you like shit that follows this app.
That's got to be a cool show too. I want to watch with Black Mirrors. Yeah.
There's a lot of episodes that are hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole episode that's dedicated to having a politician fuck a pig. So
Whoa.
Didn't watch that one.
That's out of the box a little bit. Yeah.
that's episode 1, baby.
Yeah, skip that one.
Talk about dipping your feet in the pool, man.
I want to back up a couple episodes on you guys too, because there was one episode that I listened to here a while back. And it's this week sometime. You guys asked what was the one word that got you, that pissed you off right when
Or
you
just
heard it.
grossed you out, or
Yeah.
just triggered you or whatever.
To me, it's fat. And it's only when I say the word fat. because I feel like I emphasize fat and it sounds mean.
Okay, I can
I was
see
just
that.
thinking about that as I said fat 7 times in the same sentence a minute ago. So yeah.
You just gotta think of fat in a positive way.
Yeah.
In which the only
With a PH?
it doesn't have to be with the pH, but yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, a girl with a fat ass. That's
Hey.
there's
Yeah.
there's a good fat.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
That's a
Thanks.
fat ass cheeseburger right there.
I like the way Connor says it a little bit.
Give me that.
God, a cheeseburger sounds good, man.
That double flip Pastrana did, fat.
All right.
Yeah.
Had to get that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand
Thanks,
that though.
Thanks for switching it up on me, man. I like it.
Have you had any alien experiences or any like paranormal experiences?
No. So this is gonna make me sound really stupid. Do you guys remember when like Antifa was supposed to come to Joplin?
Yeah.
Trash our windows, right? Okay. So I've got a friend that owns a shop on Main Street. And,
Fucking Antifa coming.
and we were convinced Antifa was coming. So we posted up on the roof of his shop on Main Street. And I'm not going to name the business or the guy because it's so stupid. But climb up on the roof and we're sitting there. We're up there for like 4 hours, just being idiots, really. But I laid back on the roof and it's kind of slanted down at a little pitch like this. And I'm looking up at the sky. And I see these like 3 light bulbs way up in the stars that are just kind of moving slow. And they would change forms, like not change forms, I guess, but change positions. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember being like, dude, UFOs, man. And they probably weren't. It was probably like some SpaceX rocket or something.
Some
or a satellite
satellites,
or something,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But it was just really odd because I'd never seen anything in the sky move like that. But other than that, no. But I'm claiming UFOs on it just because I don't know what it was. So it's unidentified, right?
Right.
Damn. Yeah. I was hoping you were going to say, I seen the spook light, and I was going to say, liar!
I've been out there 1,000 times, man. And
Never once saw it.
there's no telling if I was just like one eye in a parked car from 7 blocks away or whatever. But yeah, I've never
For
seen
me, it was always just a place to try to make a move on a girl.
Yeah.
That's
It's a good
all I
place
would-
for it, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was make out point or whatever you want to call it, like whatever that place would be in a movie.
Yeah. My dad knows a guy, or my dad knew a guy. My dad's passed away by now, but he knew a guy that lived out there off Spooklight Road, and he had a bunch of property. And my dad told me that he's seen all these videos, but the guy had cameras set up in his house, and then some facing out to the woods and all that good stuff. But my dad swears up and down that this guy's got video of the Spooklight and all these orbs running through his house in the middle of the night. He's also said that there's a tree that the branch comes over and then there's like a walking trail under the tree. He said when the video starts, you don't see anything in the tree branch, but you see the guy and his wife kind of disappear off on their walk under the tree, right? And as they're coming back and they walk under that same tree branch, like a Black Panther, giant black cat stands up on the tree branch and looks down at him, and you can see his eyes glowing and everything. And he said it was very obvious that it was a gigantic cat in that tree.
Shit,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm like, Dad, you guys are probably smoking dope.
There's been big cats around the area, you know?
There have been giant cats, like cougars and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like mountain lions and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff, yeah. So there's no telling, man. I mean, but my dad was not one to lie. So, like,
Right.
I have to believe him. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
Yeah,
I
those
don't
big
know.
cats, they really try to live in seclusion, man.
yeah.
So, that's why you never
It's
see
way
them
out
around.
there,
So
right?
you never, like, so.
Who knows? The Spooklight
They're like
thing.
Bigfoot.
Spooklight's always driven me crazy, too, because, like I said, I've been out there a million times and never seen
Yeah,
anything at all.
it's like you want to believe, but
Right. But then you see all these YouTube videos, and it's like,
I've never once seen a YouTube video of the spook light.
I'll send you one, man.
All right,
Yeah. Because I saw
I've
one.
looked it up. I've seen
like-
videos about it, never seen it.
There's one that I watched about a year ago because I was telling my oldest son about the spook light because I was going to take him out there. But I didn't take him out there because this video freaked him out so bad. It's these guys that drive from like BFE, Oklahoma somewhere, and they drive for like an hour to get here and end up spending pretty much all night out there. And they get some cool swirly lights on their camera and all that good stuff. But could be fake, but it's worth a watch, man. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you, Jackson.
I'll definitely check it.
Yeah.
I want to believe.
I'm not saying that I do believe, and I'm not saying that I don't believe in the spook light, but I know that I've had some good times on that road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like a certain time of the year
Right.
type of thing, because like I know with a lot of gases that reflect light, you know, and stuff. It is based on like year, like the time of the year and
Smart
time of
gas.
day, you know. So it could be like a certain hour that it really pops off that,
Right.
you know, people just aren't aware of.
My grandparents lived out there on Gum Road. They built the house out there whenever I was a little bitty baby boy. And my mom said that when she was out there, when they were building the house, she could see lights flying through the woods and all that good stuff. So who knows, man? Probably a bunch of hoodlums running around with flashlights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Do you have any? You got a story for us where you've eaten shit? Because this is crashing with friends. You got a good crashing story?
Yeah, man.
Like you said, he's put his body through a shit ton.
Got a lot of those. I think the one that stands out the most to me is, it wasn't the most painful thing, but it was probably the most painful for my pride and ego. Out by the mall, we were filming for Feebletown Skate Park. Was a skate park that I
Ooh, man,
Love
good old
that
Feebletown.
place,
Haven't
yeah.
heard that name in a long time.
Man, like I grew up there. I was there every day after school. I would skip school and go there. I mean, that was my spot anyway. So we're filming the Feebletown yearly skate video. And there's probably 13 or 14 of us skating around out the mall. And you know the big drainage ditches?
Oh yeah.
Come down and there's like a culvert on both sides, and you got like, I don't know, a foot and a half between the two culverts, right? And then there's this little crack at the bottom that you kind of have to drop off of in order to get into the ditch. So I like tail dropped from the curb into the drainage ditch and made it between the two culverts, which is what I was worried about, you know, like hucking my truck up on it and flying down. But I ended up making it through. But the little crack at the bottom that I had to jump or drop off of, when I hit it, my wheels slid out from underneath me. Little did I know at the bottom of it was all this muck, dirt, and moss, and just shit. I mean, it was disgusting.
Gross.
So my board flips out from underneath me, like slides out sideways. And the way that I fall, I kind of turn sideways and my chest hits the ground and I just slide. I mean, at the time it seemed like I slid 10 feet, but in all reality, it was probably only like 4 or 5. But it tore all the skin off my chest. Oh, I mean, like road rash bad, even on my chin. And it ripped my shirt. And I stand up and I've got this video, man. It's called Breaking, because that's a whole other story why it's called Breaking. But I stand up and I'm just like a look of disgust and look down and it's like green pussy blood and ooze just dripping off my chest. To this day, my chest hair grows in swirls, and I'm convinced it's because of that. It was terrible. And
Got a little that radiation treatment.
it wasn't even cool enough to film to get into the video, but because of that, that's like the intro to the video. Stupid, man.
Damn.
It was,
awesome.
It was bad.
Lucky you
Bad,
still have
bad.
like nipples. you
Right?
know?
Yeah. They're weird looking.
Like little milk duds.
Little pepperonis. My stupid phone won't quit ringing. I hope everything's all right. But yeah, that was a bad one, man. Because like I said, pain aside, yeah, getting skin ripped off your chest sucks. But like all of the guys that I skateboarded with and I looked up to are all there. You know, you got guys like Scott Walters and Tom Walters, the owners of VTB and Feebletown, and then like all the dudes that were going to be in the video that were all like better skateboarders than me. And I just looked like such a jackass in front of all of them. They're like, why would you even do that?
I just want to be like you guys.
And it's before I drove, so I didn't have a car. And I'd skated all the way from my house, which was on the other side of town, on Maiden Lane, all the way to the mall to meet up with these guys. And I had to go home, like skate home like that, just covered, man. It sucked.
Nah.
Well worth it
remember having
now
to
looking
skate-
back.
I remember having to skate far like that in the Osho, but I can't imagine having to do it like with moss and blood all over my chest, and also having to do it in Joplin, where it's like, okay, 10,000 people are probably going to see me.
Right, yeah. I had it in my shoes. It was gross, man. It was really bad.
Nobody wanted to give you a ride home.
They were assholes, man. I mean, either they were assholes or I was just a little punk. And
Or
they
they
didn't want me in their car looking like that. You know?
Stinky shit, yeah.
Bleeding moss all over their car. And the thing is, man, that was like right when we first started skating and filming. So it's like everybody else wanted to keep skating, and I was done. There was nothing more I was going to do that night. But no, I'll tell you guys the reason that video was called Breaking. Again, we're filming for that same video. And like I said, I spent 7 days a week at Feebletown Skate Park. And I was there's like a ledge that went over the pyramid. So you got to ramp up, flat, and down, right?
Okay.
And there's a black ledge that runs every bit of that pyramid, flat up and down.
Okay.
And I was trying to do a kickflip to no slide just on the down portion of that ledge.
The hub of ledge?
Yeah, yeah. And so I'd kickflip and I'd catch my board and I'd land on the ledge and I'd stick. But I couldn't get it to slide, right? So I just went up and I waxed the crap out of this ledge. And right after I waxed it, my buddy Tyler comes out of the shop. And Tyler, bless his heart, wasn't the best skateboarder in the world. Mm-hmm. Extremely awkward dude. But he would try anything, like just ballsy, right?
Right.
So he decides he wants to try to 5-0 down that ledge. And I was like, Tyler, listen, dude, I just put like an entire candle on that ledge.
Oh my God.
Do not try it. And he's like, oh, I'll be fine, man. And so like in the video, you see me, I skate in front of Tom, who's filming for me. And I'm like, Tyler's going to die. And he drops in on this big 6-foot ramp in the back. And I mean, ollies up, lands the 5-0, slips out.
Yep.
And he comes down and his arm and his arm just snap. And I mean, bone, blood, everything. And like this part, the top portion of his arm here smacks into the ground and you can hear it click like against the concrete.
Like a branch breaking.
Oh, yes, dude. That's the cover of the video is his arm snapping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the video, it actually stops and goes into slow motion, and all you hear is somebody go, Jeff, call 911. He took it like a champ, though.
I bet.
He's sitting there holding his flaily arm. Oh, it was disgusting. Gross.
Poor guy, man.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he quit skating.
I would.
Yeah.
He kept the arm?
Huh?
They kept the arm?
They kept the arm. Man. And the thing is that kid lived with me at the time. Like, he was having some issues with his dad. Oh. And he was staying with me at my mom's house. And so we called his dad to take him to the hospital, obviously, you know. It took his dad like 2 hours to get to the skate park. Yeah. And by that time, we had already called the ambulance. So he got into the ambulance and got a ride to the skate park, or got a ride to the hospital. His dad, like I said, like 2 hours later, maybe not quite that long, but it was forever, dude. Like long enough to where the skate park had calmed down and we're getting ready to close up, you know. Mm-hmm. Finally, his dad pulls up and he's like, "Where's my son? I heard he broke his arm." I'm like, "Dude, he's already at the hospital." You know what I mean? And he got mad at us all for calling the ambulance because he was going to have to pay for the ambulance ride. And it's like, dude, you're a piece of shit.
You should have been here, man.
Yeah. It was rough, man.
Damn.
Feel bad for him. But I think to this day, I'm sure he still has screws and stuff in his arm.
Almost,
you know.
I 100% feel that ambulance statement now. Because I'd be like, if I had my broken arms and an ambulance came to pick me up, I'd be like, "Fuck you!"
Can I tell one more?
Dude, bring it.
All right. So before I started skateboarding, I was riding BMX bikes, like 20-inch bikes, you know.
Okay.
And my buddy Trenton and his buddy Jacob, they were so good on bikes, and like they're like 3 or 4 years older than me. So I was again looking up to these guys, wanting to ride bikes just like them. But we were down at like the old doctor's offices on 26th and Maiden Lane before the tornado, you know, back behind like the old Prano gas station that was there. Okay. So there's just like this little bump that goes up, and there's a curb right here. So we're just kind of hopping up off of this bump and onto the curb, and my back wheel like catches the curb as I'm going up, and my bike kind of just slides sideways on the back wheel. And the same situation that kind of happened with Tyler is when I fell, I landed with my wrist on the corner of the curb.
Oof. Yep.
And then my wrist jacked down to the blacktop or whatever, and I snapped my arm right here, but it wasn't nearly as bad as Tyler's. But we're in the doctor's office area down there. They're all closed, so it's probably like Sunday or something. And I didn't know what to do, so I'm freaking out. I'm like, my dad's going to kill me, man. Of course. My dad's going to be so pissed. So I pick up my bike, and I put it on my left shoulder. Right arm's broken, got my bike on my left shoulder. And we're walking up the hill to that Prano to call my dad before cell phones, you know. And Jacob, he's like, "Hey, Jeff, that's a doctor's office, dude. But I think he's a plastic surgeon." No. For some reason, that sticks out to me so much. It's like, why, man? Get up to the gas station and I like call my dad. And again, I'm like trembling. I'm in so much pain, and I'm worried about my dad being mad at me. And a cop walks out of the Prono, and he's like, "Oh man, your arm's broken, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, for sure." So he radios it in. Next thing I know, I got a fire truck, an ambulance, and another fire truck all pull in on me. And then like 10 minutes later, my dad and my stepmom pull up, and they got me like wrapped up in a pillow from the ambulance, like my arm wrapped up in a pillow so I don't bump it on anything. And my dad's like, "You're not getting in that ambulance, dude. We're going across the street to St. John's, you know." And we got a bill for that pillow. That was a $500 bill. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it, man.
Taking advantage of a kid with a broken arm.
Right.
Hey man, take this pillow.
They're pushing it on me too.
That cop knew it too. He's like, "I found a kid with a broken arm. Bring the pillow down here.
Get over here. We got money to make.
Bring the pillow.
Oh man.
Bring an extra fire truck."
Why 2 fire trucks, right? It's not like I'm on fire, dude. Oh man, it was so embarrassing too because all the people in the gas station kept coming in and out. I'm like bawling like a little girl. My dad's gonna be mad at us. That sucked. Yeah. That's it, dude. I'm not telling that.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So I had a topic here. Jackson had a topic. What was your topic, Jack?
Oh yeah, you got that fight coming up at the end of the month. I was remember that moment in Fight Club when they were talking about like if I could fight any celebrity or any historical figure. I think all 3 of us should just start throwing celebrities and historical figures at you.
Okay.
You tell us if you could beat them in a fight or not.
Okay. I'm down with that.
I'll start out with a real easy one.
Okay.
Stephen Hawking.
Oh yeah.
I hope so. I would hope so.
Kick him in the hip.
He probably wouldn't feel it.
I think I could take him. Yeah.
Yeah, all you gotta do
You
is
just
just
flip him over or something.
find a
much,
slope.
yeah.
That's really all you gotta do is just find a hill.
Yeah. That would probably hurt me to hurt
All right.
him.
So that one was the easiest.
Okay. Well, that's
All right.
a bar to climb up there, yeah.
All right. Someone who I feel like might be the hardest. The Mountain, Game of Thrones.
Okay, so I've seen this guy fight. He sparred with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I'm not going to say I can whip that dude, but I am going to say if I stay away from him long enough, he's going to get tired. And then I'm going to whoop that dude. Yes. That's a lot of oxygen to be pumping through your body with all those muscles.
That is
So
a
if you
big
just
boy.
stay away from him long enough till he gets tired and then just set his kneecap backwards, yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
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 That's the only way to drop somebody that big.
Dive bomb into his knee.
Just forward kick his knee. No, I couldn't take the Mountain, man. Eventually he gets a hold of me and picks me up and like Hulk smashes me like,
Yeah.
you know,
And then pops both your eyes out.
right.
Crushes your neck. Yeah. What about Jar Jar Binks from Star
From
Wars?
Star Wars?
Yeah. He's got that clumsiness that makes
I was
him
just about
hard,
to say,
hard to
I
attack.
think he would
He's
beat
like
you
the
in a
drunken
fight
master
accidentally.
almost. Yeah. Okay, so in my experience, the people that I have the hardest time with beating are the people who don't have a lot of experience. And
Unorthodox fighters.
Right.
Yeah.
they're just kind of flaily. I'm going to say no on Jar Jar, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so, if I'm being honest.
50-50, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I think that Jar Jar, you can't really box somebody like Jar Jar because his arms are so long.
He's going to have reach advantage for sure.
True.
Right. So your best bet on somebody like that is to like wrestle him, get him to the ground.
That being
Try some
said, his
jiu-jitsu.
snout, though, is going to be closer.
So you grab his tongue. And just hold him to it. I think
Effective. That's proven to be effective.
Right.
Yeah.
Just have an apple with you.
Wrestle him, wrestle him down, take his back. But then you got the problem of the skinny neck, right? So if you
True.
go to rear naked choke the guy, How are you really going to be able to get his arteries?
Those
blocked?
flapping ears might mess you up too.
They might. I'm going to go with no on Jar Jar too,
No.
man. This is going to make me look bad.
No shame, dude. No shame.
All right.
It is what it is.
All right.
Okay.
100% can beat Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
I'm going to lean towards that you could probably beat the mountain if you stay away from him.
Okay.
I'll agree that you might not be able to beat Jar Jar Binks, but I think through different reasons. I think that he'll just accidentally beat you.
He'll slip on a ball and kick you in the face somehow,
Yeah,
knock you out.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker took on a whole army.
He did just by accident too. Yeah.
So what about Napoleon?
That short fuck.
Like Napoleon, like the Napoleon complex. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd kick him right in his teeth. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got Napoleon. It's hard to say, man, because nobody ever really saw Napoleon fight.
What about Napoleon Dynamite?
I'd kick him. Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite for sure.
No question on that.
Just because he doesn't have the willpower to survive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got one for you.
Okay.
I might get his name wrong. The movie Brad Pitt from Troy. Achilles?
Achilles.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Yeah, all right.
Not a chance. It's just going to be a quick defeat.
He can one shot anybody. Let's be real.
Yeah. I'd say Brad Pitt as any character. I don't have a chance.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Maybe Brad Pitt in real life,
I
but
bet I
not
could
as
think
one
of
of
a
his
Brad Pitt
characters.
character.
Right. And even in real life, you got to think of how much training that guy's had to go through. You guys ever seen Snatch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where he
One of
played
my
a
all-time-
yeah.
gypsy boxer.
The gypsy boxer, yeah. There's a punch when he goes and fights. I can't remember the big heavyweight boxer's name. They go to get the caravan, right? Mm-hmm. And he like parry jabs and knocks the big guy out and breaks
Yeah,
his
just
jaw up. Yeah, the training that it takes just to be able to throw that parry punch. The fact that he could throw it with style the way that he did says that I think Brad Pitt could probably fight if he wanted to. You know,
And he throws it pretty quick, too.
he does, and he had all the Fight Club training, all the Troy training.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, man, that's a great example. But is he mean? Because
He's not a dog, I
I
don't
don't think
think.
he's a dog. I think I could take Brad Pitt.
You get him in the later rounds.
Yeah. I think I'm just meaner than him.
Yeah.
I think I'm very more willing to do what it takes, like bite him in the neck
Want it
or
more.
something. Yeah.
What about Elmo?
I could beat Elmo.
I think I got Elmo.
What about Big Bird?
I think I could beat Big Bird. As a matter of fact,
I'm
I could wipe out all of Sesame Street.
All at once.
if that fight ever comes to fruition, I fight Big Bird. We're eating good that night, boys.
Yeah.
yeah, we're grilling Big Bird.
I could get through all of Sesame Street, all of Fraggle Rock, and I could probably get through most of the Muppets.
Yeah. I think Big Bird.
I think I would have trouble with Animal.
Yeah. What about Oscar?
He's seen some shit.
Yeah, he has. He's been around the world.
I'll just put a cinder block on the lid, and there goes Oscar.
There you
So,
go.
fucking-
He's dead within a matter of days. Yeah.
But if he gets out, you're dead.
Think about any of the Sesame Street characters, and you got to think like they're not like in real life. They're not puppets. They're real.
Right.
I'm scared
are
to
real.
death right when I see him. Like Big Bird.
Yeah, I see Elmo. I'm out, dude.
Yeah. Cookie Monster.
yeah. Nope.
Man. But as a puppet, I got him.
Okay.
Okay.
What about the big three? Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin all at once.
All at the same time.
All three of them.
I think just for the rage of the world, yes. Right?
All right,
If you fight those guys, you have to fight them with every ounce of hatred that you have.
And you get a crowbar.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll have that crowbar stuck through every one of them like a shish kebab. Yeah. Just, yeah, man, you got to. You can't not beat those guys.
Now, you thought all three of those guys were evil. What about all of the Rugrats? I'm talking Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, Dill, Angelica, Susie, Kimmy.
Dude, I've
Can
had
you
nightmares
beat
about
babies?
them. I've had nightmares about Angelica. Oh, man, they all come at you at the same time at your ankles. I don't think your legs survive. I think they just peel you apart from the knees down.
I mean, they're all teething. They got to be biters.
Yep. And they all stink. I mean, every one of those diapers is probably dirty. Yeah, that's a rough night for sure.
I think I could beat up all those babies, and I could probably beat up all their parents with the exception of Phil and Lil's mom.
Right. Yeah. She's a fitness. Nut. Yeah.
Phil and Lil's mom looks like she fucking played football with the boys back in the day.
Phil and Lil's mom looked like Phil and Lil's dad.
Oh my gosh.
What about like Arnold Schwarzenegger modern day?
Modern day, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the cardio factor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus,
He looks big, but I bet he's brittle.
yeah. And in my experience, like the muscle guys, that's all they are is muscle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it takes a lot more than strength to beat somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have technique behind that strength.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
What about Christopher Robin and all the feral rabian-infested animals that he hangs out with at 100 Acre Wood?
First of all, what a creep. That guy is, you know? He's got to be kind of feral himself.
Definitely.
No, they got rabies, dude. That's like the one hit and I'm done, you know?
Right.
They sink a tooth in, man, and my blood boils and my...
You could go
I
into
know,
like a
that's-
berserker rage though.
You could, and maybe get them all before I die. But
Yeah.
then who really wins?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Right.
You're the king of the jungle.
Yeah. I'm the alpha. Oh, man.
All right. Rosie O'Donnell, but Rosie O'Donnell from A League of Their Own.
I think I can take her. As much as I hate to hit a lady, I'd punch Rosie O'Donnell right in her face.
Yeah, dude, you gotta do sometimes.
You got to, yeah. Especially it's Rosie O'Donnell, of course. I'd like to fight her for fun.
All right. You guys want to go and move into Yo Dude, check this out?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
Yo,
do
dude.
it.
Yo, dude. Hey, yo, what's up? Check this out. Yo, dude.
Yo, here's my yo, dude. Check this out. Need your help with this. Finish this part of the alphabet. X, Y.
Z.
Zed.
Connor is the only one that said it like the rest of the world says it. In the U.S., we're the only ones that say Z.
What?
If all
It's
other
Zed.
U.S. or all other English-speaking countries say Z and not Z.
So, like, the letter is not Z, it's Z.
It's Z.
It's Zed.
Whoa.
Except unless you live here, then it's Z.
That's because we're lazy Americans.
And that's
And
because we
just
are
can't
Americans
go
and we're
egg.
arrogant as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're number one, baby.
We ain't gonna stop.
Keep going.
We're coming for you.
Yo, dude, check this out. Do you guys know what nougat is?
Nougat?
Yeah.
Like the candy chocolate stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what it is though?
Aren't you eating dead wasps?
No.
No.
That was Fig Newtons.
That's right. If you
I
eat
love
Fig
those
Newtons,
things.
you're eating dead wasps.
Yeah, did you know that? It's
Keep them coming.
There's like a wasp that gets up in there and mates, and then turns and like its male mate gets up in there and then turns into mush, and that's what makes it taste so good.
They're so good, dude.
Right. So Connor, go.
Yeah, dude. It ain't that. It ain't that. But yeah, do you guys know what nougat is? Because I was thinking, I'm like, man, what is this stuff I'm eating? You know, it's like it's not chocolate, it's not caramel. Like, what is this stuff? You know,
like some type of tree bark.
Exactly. So like I looked into it, and nougat, it can be a couple of different things, but it's always got a protein in it. So in candy bars, it's usually nuts of some kind. That's your protein for that. But it's an aerated confection, and the reason why it's in so many candy bars is because it's aerated. I guess the slogan in candy is the more air you can sell, the more money you can make. So like Three Musketeers, that's why it's so big. It's because it's all that aerated confection. They can get a bigger candy bar. It's more appealing to kids. They want the bigger bar. So that's why every candy bar puts that same thing in there, because it'll make your bar bigger, give you more of a, bang for your buck,
Gotcha.
So that's why it's in everything. And it's also really tasty,
It is good.
Yeah, it's like it's
nougat, man.
it's usually like it's like nuts and like corn syrup and sugar and stuff. So, yeah, that's also why it's also so light and fluffy, because it's got a lot of air in it. So
That's wild, man.
yeah,
Those bastards, they're always getting over on us, man. Even in the candy.
yeah.
Man.
Yo, dude, check this out. Scientists found a fungus, like a mushroom kind of thing, that basically zombifies ants. Like this, if the ant eats this fungus, it takes over the movements, the thinking, the logic of the ant, and makes it climb a tree to then fall and start eating more leaves. Have you guys heard of this zombie?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, I know exactly what it is you're talking
It's
about.
crazy,
but it's bugging
man.
me that I can't think of the actual scientific term for it now.
It's like Ciophilus. It's CIO something, man. I'm not smart enough to pronounce it, but I read that the other day, man, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Because if it can do it to ants, like, what's the next mutation in
That's the show
genetic
Last of Us,
order?
bro.
Right.
That's the show Last of Us.
It's freaking crazy, man. That's right. Yeah. See, I didn't even put that together.
So we've got mushrooms and parasites that can take over organisms.
Right.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, The Last of Us, the way they explained it is that all it takes is for the world to heat up just a little bit. Because
Is that really the Last of Us thing?
Because like basically
The whole
there's
Last of Us, yeah.
they
Dang.
that's literally like at the very beginning of the first episode, it's a talk show with a guy talking about what you are exactly talking about. And he was like, no, what if this evolves to humans? And they're like, well, that's not going to happen. And he's like, yeah, that's because fungus can only exist in this body temperature, which we're too high for. But what if the world were to just get a little bit hotter and then the fungus now has to adapt? And now it can live within us. That's
crazy.
That's what happens.
How do you sound that out? What do you think how do you think? The cordyceps part, that's usually what they say in like the Last of Us, cordyceps, but that has a different name.
Ophiocordyceps
You think it's how it's pronounced?
unilateralis. Yeah. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. Yeah.
Crazy
That's
stuff.
wild, man.
Zombie and
So, like-
fungus ain't nothing to fuck with.
The Last of Us could be like a future documentary then.
Yep.
That's scary as hell. Yeah. Man. Stupid mushrooms.
You guys been hearing about that fungus that's like spreading across America? Like a whole bunch of states have it now. That's like a pretty deadly fungus.
Yeah, it's like a 200-mile area, right?
Something like that, yeah.
What's it do? Just take over like
Man, I don't know.
plants?
Sorry, I didn't.
It's like
Nope,
Yeah.
deadly fungus, and it's coming for you. We'll see you next week. Crush your friends.
No, that's crazy, man. Like if it's taking over crops and stuff, like that could be a really, really bad deal. Or if it's making ants attack humans, that's a bad deal too. I'm gonna have to watch Last of Us now. I've been holding off on it
It's freaking good.
because again, I don't want to get into something that I'm not going to be able to finish. You know?
yeah, all of season 1 is out, so you can just
And
get
that's
through it.
HBO Max, right?
HBO Max.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's an
Nice.
easy watch too, dude.
Yeah.
You're never bored.
I don't ever watch HBO Max because for some reason I've only got that in the TV in my bedroom, and every time I turn the TV on in my bedroom, it's just like, I'm out, man. I can't stay awake in my bed and watch TV.
I'm the same way, man.
Yeah,
Got to get that in your living room.
yeah,
Some
I'm
way.
gonna have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, before we close the episode, you want to give any shout outs to any of your sparring partners or anybody?
Yeah,
Or
man.
Your
I
son? or-
actually love the opportunity. First of all, wife Heidi, son Owen,
What's the other one's name?
Wyatt. Yeah, that one too. But no, my son. No, man, I'm an asshole. Oh man, Wyatt will hear this in like 5 years and be like, "My daddy didn't even love me."
Hey, you've known Owen way longer.
Yeah,
It's
he's been
okay.
around a little bit. But no, Owen was so excited that I was coming on your podcast. Because like I said, me and Owen ran into you at the gas station when you guys were first starting up here. And we were going to watch, I think we were going to watch one of the Marvel movies. Because we were going to buy candy at the gas station to sneak into the movie theater like a normal American does.
Right. Got to.
And we ran into you. I don't know if you remember, but you told us about it. Yeah.
Of course I remember.
And we got in the truck, man, and I mean, immediately found the podcast and like hit the follow button and all that good stuff, you know. So when I told Owen that I was coming out here to do this podcast, he's like, "Dad, let me go. I just want to see what it's about, you know." So I was like, "Dude, there's no way you're gonna be able to just sit and chill for 2 hours and not make a noise," you know what I mean? So I was like, no. But Owen, I love you, buddy. And Wyatt, I love you too, man. But no, like wife and kids, like the amount of sacrificing that they do. I've always told people that it's really tough to be a fighter, but it's got to be 10 times harder to be a fighter's spouse or kid, man. I mean, the crap that my wife puts up with. This is no joke, man. I mean, the time away from her, the woman makes sure I've got clean gym clothes, makes sure I'm eating right. I mean, she does everything, dude. Like, massages my back on a nightly basis. She's
basically you only have to worry about training, and she takes over everything else for you, pretty much.
For the most part, I do my best to help out with like chores and all that good stuff, man. But she just picks up so much slack. Like, I don't deserve her. I don't know what I did to let God put her in my life, but I'm thankful that He did. And then, of course, the Mossberg Boxing, the team that I box for. These guys, I mean, the best boxing team. Seriously, and I'm not saying this just because I'm a part of them. I've always owned my own gyms, but coming into this fight, I've decided that I don't want to train myself. There's a guy out there, Ryan Mossberg, that he's forgot more about the sport than I'll ever know. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of people that you need to be around, is people that are better than you. I've always said, if you're the best dude in the gym, you're in the wrong gym. At this point, I'm the worst dude in the gym, and I'm so happy about it. I mean, my training partners, Theron Crouch, Brian Jones, Eric Zumwalt, Ben Macy. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There's like 15 killers, dude. Guys that just beat the piss out of me every chance they get. And I'm relatively new into the team, and they've shown me a lot of love coming in, so it's really cool. My sponsors, 87 Paint Shop. I should have had this hat turned around the whole time to plug 87, but a good buddy of mine from high school, Shannon Moss, owns 87 Paint Shop. They do custom semi work. They just won some crazy award down in like Nashville, Tennessee, for doing like the coolest custom semi down there. I mean,
that's cool.
You get a chance, go on 87 Paint Shop's Facebook page and check them out, dude, because the work that they do on custom semi trucks is freaking unreal. Like, Shannon's a genius, and his guys are really good too. And then Carmen's Apple, this is such a freaking honor for me, man. Like, again, stuff has been happening to me lately that I don't deserve, but Carmen's Apple is a restaurant on 7th and Maiden Lane. I wish I had the address with me, but I don't. But it's in the shopping center on 7th and Maiden Lane, where like Alorica is.
Okay.
You know? They've actually just introduced a new burger called the Sure Shot, and it's a double smash burger with fried jalapenos and blueberry ghost pepper dressing, blueberry ghost pepper ranch. This thing's freaking amazing, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. But go in there and show those guys some love. They do chocolate covered candies and all that good stuff. So anytime I get in trouble with the wife, that's the first stop, is to get chocolate covered candy. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah. She's happy about it, but she also gets mad because she's on a weight loss journey herself. So I'm going to keep feeding her those strawberries, because if I get her some, I get some too.
There you go.
So double whammy. And then I was telling you guys about him earlier, Dr. Mark Gregg, one of my best friends in the world. He owns Pain Relief Center at Joplin, best chiropractor in town. He sponsors myself and then TJ Britton, which is another big fighter in the area. I know for sure, without Doc and his crew putting me back into alignment and back into shape, there's no way I could continue doing what I'm doing. I mean, no way at all. I mean, the guy's unreal. He's a freaking genius. Plus, he's one of my coaches for this fight, which is pretty cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. He's got a lot of training background himself. But he's my mitt man, good friend, mentor.
Is he going to cut you if you need him to cut you?
He will. He doesn't like blood very much, but if I need him to cut me, I'm sure he would be glad to. Just all around good dude. I've got such an amazing support system, man. And I couldn't do it without him. I know that sounds cheesy and cliche and shit, but it's true. Like, I couldn't ask for better people to be around in my life. I mean, it's humbling being around people that are consistently better than me in every aspect. It makes me want to be a better person. So
yeah, man,
it's crazy.
That's great. Love it to hear. Love to hear it.
And you guys, thank you for having me in, man.
It's been fun, man.
Awesome. Yeah, my pastor's going to see this, and he's going to beat my ass. So.
All right.
It's all right.
One more time to the camera. Tell them when your next fight is and where it's going to be.
Right on April 29th, Miami Civic Center in Miami, Oklahoma. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Third fight from the last, whatever that is. So come watch me kick some ass.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. Well, that's been episode 81 of Crashing with Friends. Jeff, we love you, man. Thank you for being on the episode.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dude.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you guys. It's been awesome.
You're welcome, man. Well, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace. Bye.
Crashing with Friends.